Hello, my name is Zhatelier, and welcome back for another episode of The Last Kingdom in Aurora 4X. In previous episode we got the iron drive tech, so we designed our new engine, or some of the new engines, and I did more of that off camera, and now we got quite a bit of list, so we got the usual, or the smaller usual commercial engine, as well as the bigger one, the 60 hull size one, and then we got ourselves the 100% power 20 hull size engine, 120 hull size, or 120%, and then 100% with 75% thermal signature, which is, well, not particularly a good stealth engine yet, but it helps a little bit, I suppose. But yeah, that's what we have right now. Then we got some of the jump drives that we designed ages ago in the research queue. Then I'm pretty sure that we can go through most of these research rather swiftly, actually. So that is going to be handy. And yeah, let's actually get going. So we basically continue on the same day as we got the research there, so you haven't missed anything else than me switching around with numbers and figuring out what's the best. The reason why I went for the 120% hull size, or the 120% engine power engine, is because each engine gives exactly 300 engine power, so it's fairly easy to keep or use the old sensors for that, for the time being anyway. Okay, hand survey is moving to Caldera. That's good. Research completed. We got the fuel production. Oh, right, we didn't actually have anything queued up. Let's have a look. So that was... no, that wasn't logistics. That was construction and production. Right, so over here, fighter production. We haven't been producing a lot of fighters at all, actually, so I'm not entirely sure if I want to do that. I think I'm going to get the shipyard savings there, and then after that I think we might want to get the economy boost again. Yeah, I'll add that to the queue. Might increase the shipbuilding speed, or maybe construction speed or something, or maybe even the overall mining diameter. That wouldn't be bad, but we'll figure that one out later. We don't need to worry too much about it. But now with the extra fuel production, we should be producing quite a bit. Let's actually have a look. So how much do we produce on a yearly basis in the gas harvesting right now? So we are producing 12.9 there, 15.9 there, so that's 28.8. Then 3.5 there, and so it's about 40 million liters in the gas harvesting alone, and then we got produce a tiny bit in some of the planets, but that's not really worth mentioning in retrospect. Right, so we were planning on setting up some colonies down here eventually in Avalon in previous episode. Well, that is where House Orlanco wants to set up their capital, so that is what we'll do for them. But that is going to take a while before we can actually get around to do that. Okay, Trade Fleet 5 has completed orders. What were you doing? Just out of curiosity. So you loaded... Hold on. Refuel in Barracuda. What did you load up? Oh, a mine. And then you drop that in Cortana A2, so that is the colony, I believe. Alright then. That's actually fairly good. Right, so let's give you orders to refuel at the Barracuda herd number 2 there, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take... You know what, you are going to load up some infrastructure. Let's have a look. Can we alter it to Avalon? We can. So, which one of those moons was the one that we absolutely wanted to colonize first, because it has a low colony cost? Let's go back to Avalon. We'll start setting up a colony there, because we do have a jump gate already into here. So this shouldn't be too hard. I believe it was this one, so Moon 11. It has uranium and a few other minerals in fairly large numbers. It actually has a tiny bit of corundium there, but not massive amounts, unfortunately. There is a little bit corundium in one of the moons, if I remember correctly. Now that's duranium, that's neutronium. Maybe I misremember. Oh, there's a corundium in one of the comets there, but Right, maybe there wasn't. I mean, there might be quite a bit of extra resources found in the Moon 15 there, but... So, Moon 11. Let's go there. Moon 11, unload all installations, then auto-route back to Barracuda, and you can probably refuel at the herd number 2, and then go back to Viralis, and we'll give you new orders after that. And once we do that, the civilians will also start bringing stuff here, so that should alleviate the pressure a little bit. Oh, maintenance problem. You are running a bit low on points there. You are in enemy territory as well. Okay, well, if we can survey the inner system, that'd be nice. Then we can return here later to survey the rest of the system. But they have not built a jump gate there, at least. We know that much. So it might be that there wasn't this jump point before. Production, we completed the infrastructure in Christina Imperialis. Overhaul, clock completed, ship refits. Oh, right, yes, good. Right, so Christina Imperialis, so let's go through that first. How much do you have minerals in here? You got a little bit. I think just gonna increase this for the short period of time to build up a little bit extra mines. We've got some extra workers here. I think the population will increase on its own with a decent speed now. We are going to get the cargo shuttle station here eventually, but that will take some time as well. Alright then. Yeah, so we don't need to worry about that. The maintenance problem is a bit concerning, and now the Trade Fleet number 3 can start doing things again. Because we refitted the ship. So, how about you load some installations... Actually, how much do we have here? We got some low-gravity infrastructure that we could probably take into the new planet, or the moon down here, which we haven't actually utilized yet. Or, we could take a... I don't want to move military academies away from here, nor the naval headquarters yet. I think I'll just take some construction factories, really. The question is where. Maybe not Coloradia. Or Cortana. Durandal? We'll take them to... Trunting, I think. To the farm. Unload all installations there. There might be a little bit of or not a lot of workers in there, but... I'll give the gas harvesters a little bit of industry to work with so they can start building up their own stuff eventually. And then we're going to move back to Barracuda, and actually we'll refuel at the Barracuda herd number 2 again, because that one has a lot more fuel in there available, and then move back. Romanov survey number 2 is no longer, has completed overhaul. Oh no, I think you just got here. Yeah, you did, but I suppose I could give you orders to do your overhaul for the time being. Just to, you know, for safety reasons. Have we actually improved... Oh, another freighter from the civilians, good. I believe we are bringing in more maintenance facilities in here, so that should be okay with the maintenance. Okay, so you found another set of uridium and all that in here, that's good. Well, that's a lot of uridium, not a lot of corundium. Of course, that corundium could still be used for mines. Let's have a look. Commander promoted, new officer, commander assigned. So we should be getting the first, or the military engines in December, and after that we should be getting some of the other engines rather quickly. Deployment time exceeded. Alright, you should be heading back home then. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of surveys in here. Unit trained. Deployment time exceeded on 2 other ships now, one in Amber and one in Lapis Lazuli. Shame, but ooh, the Royal Tank has arrived home. Okay, so we got at least. Ooh, actually, we don't have yet. Well, technically we do, but in practice not really. So Shamshir. So the gatekeeper down here, I want you to put your actives on. Then I'm going to put you into the command down there, so we don't need to look at you constantly. Not going to be moved around anyway. So that way we can at least see if they jump in. And that's going to give us a bit of an early warning system. Production of construction factories in St. Petersburg. Okay, so let's have a look. What do they have in St. Petersburg that they could be producing now? Got some mercasium. Do they actually... Oh yeah, they could have a lot more population right now. Not entirely sure if it's because of... Oh! No, I don't think it worked quite that way. Or maybe it does. So the low gravity infrastructure can be used for regular gravity stuff, apparently. According to this. Oh, well, that feels a little bit silly, but I suppose it works. Alright then, so we got that. Let's have a look. We can't make mines here because we don't have the resources for that. We could get more construction factories. We could build financial centers. Could we actually build research facilities? We don't have the resources for that yet. We are getting them, but just too slowly for that. We get a terraforming installation maybe, but we can just get them from else or from the Faithful anyway to here, so assuming that we can reach an agreement between the House Romanov and the Faithful. Maintenance facility wouldn't necessarily be a terrible idea. We just need to bring in some maintenance stuff in here. I mean, there is now a moon in the system which has a lot of Galazar and uranium that we've surveyed. It's one of these two, I'm not entirely sure which one, but we can then get the Galazar that we need in here. For doing that, we could get a fuel refinery. Actually, I'm going to build 2 fuel refineries. That's going to allow us to start producing a little bit of fuel in here. It's not going to be anything massive, but it should be enough to at least, you know, get a little bit rolling in so we can build up stockpile while we are still colonizing it. And of course we might find some more fuel from the installations. New units trained. We got a construction battalion. That reminds me, do we have... Oh! You know what, no. We'll leave the tender on the... or between Kalradia and Shamshir on the other side of this stabilized jump point, essentially. I call them jump gates, but that is technically the wrong term these days. But I was thinking I could move that to open up the route to... Hold on, where is that? That's in Diamond, okay. More maintenance failures there. That's been very unlucky, but we did manage to survey that without the enemy spotting us. On the other hand, we didn't spot their colony from there. On the other hand, let's have a look. Display. Okay, no. Even the 10,000 signature we can't spot from very far. So, never mind. I suppose I shouldn't even expect finding that. But yeah, we're doing a decent bit of survey at least here. Now, escaping from here may be a problem, admittedly. Eventually, once we run out of deployment time or fuel goes low enough. Some point detected in Moonstone. Oh, yeah, we've got 2 vessels in here doing the survey rather quickly, and in Cortana we are having a maintenance problem. Deployment time is well over its usual. And we should be getting the military engine soon. We got a royal cargo without orders. Let's have a look. So we got 3 of them here. What were you doing previously? Construction factories to Durandal. Right, how about we take some infrastructure from Lübeck. Take that to Durandal. Unload them there. And also route back to Barracuda and refuel at the Barracuda herd number 1. Actually, number 2. It's a bit further away, but it will save us a little bit of time, and then you can move back to Veralis. Give you some new orders after that. Ah, and we got financial centers in Veralis. We started getting more gas harvesters. That's good. More fuel is more fuel. Factory store financial center in Durandal A3. Well, that's handy. Actually, let's have a look. How is the population situation in Durandal? A3. So we actually got a bit of a worker shortage. We got... Oh, right, the automated mine was gotten in here, wasn't it? Maybe. Maybe not. I believe it was, though. No, it was A3, okay. No, it was just abandoned mine. Okay, that makes more sense. So yeah, one of the mines, and then that gave us the tech knowledge. I just had to check my notes there. Right, so we can actually build something in here. Do we have any... We've got a little bit of resources. How about we start producing some infrastructure then? We can't produce a lot. We don't have a lot of uranium yet, but we can get started, and that allows us to increase the population. At least, well, it's actually a very small increment there, but I think it's still going to be... Ooh, Faithful in Scotland. I believe you are going to do your overhaul now. Yep. Research completed. We got the iron engine now. Right, so let's actually go ahead and start figuring out the new Corvette design. So we'll copy that class, rename this to Hornet Mark V. I'll put in do not build at the back there, just to remind myself that I should not be building those. And we can get rid of those two, put in these two. So the range is now 23 billion. Is that any different? It is actually a little bit better. Oh right, because we've got the fuel efficiency in there. The speed is decently high already. 7500, I think we can work with that at least. And then the layers of armor are a bit low. We can maybe save a little bit tonnage with the power plant, as well as well, I suppose we could get a little bit less fuel in here. Although I'm not entirely sure if that's a good idea, because the beamfire control is probably going to be much bigger this time. So we are going to need a bit extra room there. We can probably get a bit better sensors as well, or the active search sensors, as well as EM sensors, and I don't think we can get better thermal sensors, not for size 1 anyway, or hull size 1. Hopefully we can get... For this one, we should try to get the longer range particle beams as well. That does make it a bit more expensive, but the extra range I think is going to be very handy in combat. The further away we can stay and do still max damage, the better for us. So we'll go with that. So yeah, this is still very basics, but yeah, it does give us a decent bit of extra speed, and the extra range from the fuel efficiency does not hurt one bit. Because now the... Actually, how much more expensive is that? It is quite a bit more expensive, I do admit. The amount of MSP goes up as well. But the maintenance life goes down. Alright then. Well, we started working on the survey vessel engine now, and then we should be getting the... Ooh! Jump point in Dioptase. So we should be getting the jump drive for the survey vessels as well, so that's going to save us a little bit more tonnage again. Train another construction battalion. Maintenance problems in Marcasa and Mimung. I suppose we should be getting both of those home soon enough, I guess. Right, so Barracuda. How much do we have Vendorite still? 56,000. Now, of course, the ground unit training does take some Boronite as well, which we do not have in massive amounts. Oh, we actually... Oh, okay, let's get some more contracting battalion, shall we? And maybe another regiment headquarters. Then supply battalion. I'm going to get a couple police battalions just in case, for some new colonies. And then maybe... Actually, we haven't got on the geosurvey battalions yet. Once we do, we'll want to start producing some of those as well. But that will take some time still. Now let's see, what are we going to get in research? We're going to get the new... next engine is going to be done in 17th of January. Then in April we're going to get the fire control speed. August we're going to get the particle beam range. December we're going to get the shipyard operations. June boarding combat capability. So we can start making some marines, which should be handy. And factory restore, we got... Okay. R1120, capacitor 8 meson cannon. Hold on a minute. So if we have a look at mesons... show next tech. So that's... Wait, what? 1120. And then capacitor 8. Okay, capacitor does make sense. Is there anything about the... Well, it doesn't say about the retardation, no, but... Capacitor is easy, it's just the focus and the total range. Well, since we don't have any of the text available here. But that is interesting. So they seem to have massive range. That's a million kilometers. Or 1.1 million kilometer range. Damn. Mesons on that range would be quite impressive. Just, you know, shooting through the armor. I mean, to be fair, the armor recitation is a bit low. Let's actually have a look. St. Petersburg. So, stockpile. Meson cannon. I'm going to disassemble one to see what we get. We may need to refresh this to see. Okay, so we got 30 points on 35 centimeter meson focal size. 30 research point in meson focus and technology 7. Capacitor recharge rate 8. 160 points and 10% on armor recitation 14%. Oh. Okay, that's a pretty good. So if we have a look at the research over here, for example, now. Well, if we have a look at virality, it should translate over here as well. So energy weapons, yeah, so it does transfer down here. So we don't need to ferry those components back to Earth, or not Earth, Viralis, to actually be able to take advantage of the scrapping. That's handy. And then, if we have a look at it, should be in power and propulsion. So yeah, capacitor recharge rate 4 is certainly coming along quite nicely. So if we go back to St. Petersburg, I suppose we can just disassemble all. Let's have a look, how much do we get from that? Ooh, yeah. Okay, that's quite a bit more. I don't think we actually researched any of that yet, but let's have a look. How close are we? Energy weapons, meson focusing, okay, so that's about 25% done. That's a bit more than that, about 1/3 done, and that's about 1/3 done as well. What about the capacitor recharge rate, because that is... Oh, that is 25% done. Okay, well that is handy. Getting the better recharge rate will certainly help us in the long run. Okay, well that's interesting. Right, let's keep on going, shall we? Right, and we found some Sorin in Marcasite. Oh, and Orlanco number 2 is presumably going to start a refitting, or overhauling, yeah. Factory store, we got construction factory in St. Petersburg and 7,600 tons of titanium in Durandal. Okay, and Moonstone, there's a bit of a maintenance problem there. Not too bad. In Marcasite we found more duranium and corundum, but that's just some small moon. And in Emerald, oh, 10 million duranium, about 500,000 tritanium and 7.5 million boronite. Not bad. Alright then, so how much have we surveyed of this system already? There's still the innermost planets that we have not been to. Barracuda Trade Fleet number 1. Or the Commerce Guild's fleet over here has completed order, so how about we go and probably refuel from the tankers down there, and actually looks like we are out of time for this episode, so I will set this one with orders in between. And if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.